As you can see, there's 4 rows. The first 3 rows give you an equation and then ask you at the bottom what the last one is based on the information you got in the beginning. But it's trickier than it looks. Let's look at the clocks. Clock plus clock equals 21. At first glance, if you divide 21 by 3, you'll get 7. And you might think that each clock is worth 7, but that actually is not the case. If you look closer at the clocks, you'll see that the times on the clock are different. This clock says 9, and this clock says 9, but this clock says 3. And if you add 9 plus 3, you get 21. You're not counting a clock as 7, you're counting a clock as the time that the face is showing. Now let's look at the second row. There's 3 calculators, and the quotient is 30. And at first glance, you might say, well, each calculator is worth 10 points. But it's actually more detailed than that. Look at the numbers inside the calculator. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 actually equal 10. And as you can see, all 3 of them have the same 1, 2, 3, 4. So in fact, each calculator may not be worth 10. Each calculator may be worth the value in the display. So let's now come down to the third line. In this particular case, it's not something plus something plus something. It's something plus something minus something equals 15. So the only thing that when you add it by itself and subtract it by itself equals 15 means that each light bulb showing here is 15. However, it's not that simple, as you've probably guessed. Let's look at the little hash light bulb lines above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on all 3. If each of these hash bulbs were worth 3 points, that would be another way of looking at it. So it's not about the light bulb, it's about the 3-point hash light tag on top of it, which now brings us to the bottom row, and I'm about to give you the answer. We have a clock showing a 9 plus the calculator showing numbers times, and this is important, the times 3 light bulbs. So really this comes down to some simple math. So the clock shows 9, but the calculator, if we look at it, it doesn't show 1, 2, 3, 4, which equals 10 anymore. It now shows 1, 2, 2, 4, which equals 9. But before you go 9 plus 9 equals 18, I want you to think back to your middle school math. When you get to multiplication, you do the multiplication before you do the adding. So you don't actually add 9 plus 9. It's going to be 9 times whatever the light bulbs are here. And as you can see, there's 3 light bulbs, but now there's not 5 hashtags on top of each light bulb. There's only 4. So if you've already determined that each hashtag is worth 3, and that would make each one of these light bulbs worth 12. Do that 3 times and you come up with 36. 9 plus 9 times 36 equals what? And this is where it can get a little tricky, because the first thing you need to do to answer that question is you need to do the multiplication. You need to multiply the light bulbs times the calculator, or in this case, you need to multiply 36 times 9. And then you can add on, and here is your answer. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments if you learned something. Thank you very much.